Hello, good morning everyone. Hope you are safe at home and taking necessary precautions of yourself and your family during the pandemic COVID-19. Stay at home, stay safe. Here I am Sunil Jangada will teach you the Python programming for class 12 CBSE pattern chapter 1 revision tour 1. Before going to the actual study, we will discuss about the theory and practical exam pattern. So, in theory exam, the total syllabus is divided into 3 units. Unit 1 will be containing computational thinking and programming with Python will be of 40 marks only. Then Unit 2 computer networks will be of 10 marks, and Unit 3, that is final unit, will be of 20 marks, database management. Along with the theory exam, in practical exam, it will be of total 30 marks. Marks distribution will be as follow. Lab test and lab programming will be of 12 marks total. 7 marks from the Python programming and 5 marks from the SQL queries. Second part of practical will be of you have to maintain a report file containing minimum 20 programs of Python. Out of that, at least 4 programs should be from the SQL commands. That these practical file will be of 7 marks, and final a project you have to submit that containing all the concepts what you have learned in class 11th and 12th will be of 8 marks, and a viva will be of 3 marks. So let's begin with the Python. So first of all, what is a Python? Actually, Python is a popular programming language created by Guido van Rossum and released in 1991. It is a popular nowadays because it has more advantages over the other languages. So we will discuss few uses of Python. First of all, it is used to develop the web applications, server side, software development, mathematics and problem solving, system scripting. Now, what can Python do? Python can be used on a server to create web applications. Python can connect database system. It can also read and modify the files. Python can be used to handle big data and perform complex mathematical calculations. Python can be used for rapid prototyping and software development. Next, why Python? Why we will use the Python nowadays? Because first of all, the major advantage of using Python is because it is platform independent. It means it can work on Windows, Mac, Linux, or any kind of the operating system. Python has simple syntax similar to the English language, so it is very easy and familiar to use. Python runs on interpreter system. It means the code will get executed as soon as you will write it. Then let's compare the syntax of Python with the other programming languages. First of all, Python is designed for readability and some similar to the English language with the influence of mathematics. Python use new lines to complete a command. In other programming language, we generally use the semicolons or parentheses for this purpose. Python relies on indentation using whitespace to define scope, such as the scope of the loop, functions, classes, while in other languages, we generally use the curly brackets for this purpose. So, before actually performing the programming in the Python, we will learn how to install the Python in our computer system. Nowadays, generally, the computer systems pre-installed the Python, but if you have not installed the Python in your system, just you can go to the website www.python.org. From that download link, you can download it, and after downloading, you have to open you have to open the executable files and follow the step-by-step instructions to install. Now your system is ready to work with the Python interface. So we will discuss the Python mode. Python can work in generally two mode. One is interactive mode, another is scripting mode. In interactive mode, whatever command you will type, you will automatically get the results instantly. While in scripting mode, first of all you have to write down the complete code, then you will get the output. So how can you discuss sorry so how can you know that your system is pre-installed with Python or not? Just go to the search option and type the Python there. So here I already installed the Python 3.7 version. So just open it. If you have not installed, you can install from the website whatever I have mentioned. So this is the Python scripting mode. This is interactive mode. This one is the Python interactive mode. So here whatever command you will type, you will definitely get the instantly results. For example, let me type a command, print command, that will print hello, good morning students. Hello, good hello friend, hello students. Hello students. So as soon as you type the hello students using print command, the result hello students will get printed automatically. Let's take another example. We have a variable a assigned a value 12, another variable b assigned a value 23, and we want to print the sum of a and b. So in this way, we will write print bracket a plus b, close the bracket, press enter. The sum of a and b, that is 12 plus 23 is 35, is get displayed instantly. So this is the interactive mode. Now scripting mode, for that you have to open a new file, and that file will be a text file. So here you have to write down the same command what you have written. First of all, I will write print hello students. Hello students. Do not forget to use the semicolon, double inverted commas, as they represent the string. Hello students. Then a is a variable containing 12, b is a variable having value 23, then print sum of a plus b. Now you have to save the file, save it. Before saving it, you remember that you have to give a name to the file. Suppose test program .py. Actually, test program is a name given to the file, and .py is the file extension of Python. Without using this, it is difficult to execute it. So just save it. Now click on the run, then go to run module. As soon as you click on the run module, see here in the scripting mode, hello students 35. Both results will get displayed. So this is the difference between interactive mode and scripting mode. In interactive mode, you will get the results of your commands automatically on the spot, while in the scripting mode, first of all you have to write down the whole code, then you will at last then you will get the final output. So let's minimize it and continue with the next. Actually, Python have its keywords as well. The smallest unit in the Python is known as a token. Like in science, the smallest unit is atom, you can say. If you are going beyond deeper than nuclear, electrons, protons are the smallest particle. So likewise here in the programming, tokens are known as the smallest unit in the programming. And tokens can be categorized in many types. First is keywords. Actually, keywords is a predefined reserved word in the Python. Likewise in English, all the alphabets, all the words are predefined. Every word have a meaning is fixed. Like the same, here in Python, keywords are also predefined words. For example, for, print, while, if, elif. There are lots of the keywords. We will discuss one by one. Second, identifiers, naming values. A name given to different part of the programs, like a variable name, object name, class name, function name, all are known as identifiers, because keywords are pre-reserved words, while identifiers are user-defined words, where user can define a word and the word meaning is defined again by the user. Then literals. Actually, literals are the items that contains the a fixed value or a constant value. Means once you have assigned a literal, that value will remain constant in the program. Literals further are of two types generally. String literals. In string literals, suppose text is a variable name containing value hello. So hello here is a literal. Another this one text containing multiple lines hello students. Hello students. Multi-line string can be used in two ways. One is by using the backspace like this one, and another is without using the backspace, like using triple quotes. 1, 2, 3, 3 triple quotes. Hello students in new line. Another one is numerical literals. Numerical literals means that variable containing a fixed numerical value, like annum containing 10, annum 10.0 means 10 is an integer, 10.0 is a float, 1 plus 2j is a complex number. Then Boolean literal. A Boolean literal contains only two values, either Boolean true value or Boolean false value. Then operators. Operators are the symbols that can be used between the operands to perform an operation. For example, A plus B, where plus is an operator that is used for the addition of A and B value, while A and B are known as the operands. So here operators are of few types. Arithmetical operator, where all the operators that are used for the arithmetical calculations will be used. Boolean operators, all the Boolean operators. Relational operator like less than, equal to, greater than, less than. Membership operator, in, not in. Assignment operator like equal to operator. Then punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols used in programming language to organize sentence structure and expressions, like curly brackets or other symbols. So let's begin with a simple Python program.